going on, people? It's your main man BG with Pallet Pros Academy. And today we got a very special guest on the line. We got a good friend and business partner of mine, Mr. Derek here. Derek, what's up? What's going on with you, brother?
Hey Brandon, I'm doing good, man. Just sitting here chilling, man, on a Sunday afternoon.
Man, I've been wanting to do this interview with you, man. I know for the people that out there, I know Derek uh, in real life, so to speak. Like we do business. He's in a neighboring city, and we do a lot of business with each other. And that's a great thing about this pallet business is that you can have it's so much business out here that you can have somebody in a neighboring city or even in the same city and not step on toes. And if you develop relationships with these individuals, you can actually do business with them and y'all can make money together. So I want to take it back, man, a couple years, right? uh Before pallets, before everything, man, just give the people out there just a quick rundown of kind of what you did before this business and what led you to just the pallet business in general.
I was born and raised in Mississippi. My dad lived in Michigan, so I would spend time in Michigan, just playing basketball, hanging out during the summer. So I spend summers with my dad, and then I'll go to school in Mississippi during the year. But um, but yeah, man, I was a college basketball player. I played at Southern Illinois. Played there as a 3 year starter. Um, I went to junior college at Hawaii in Tennessee, and I played in Europe, man. I played in Europe for 5 years, and then I actually
Wow.
coached for 15 years. So
Wow.
have a lot of coaching experience, man. And then man, was just going through some things, man. Just getting older, seeing different things, wanted to do different things, and then I wanted to start my own business. I didn't know what that was. You know what I mean? So like most people, got online, started seeing videos, and I, came across the pallet thing and just saw myself in it, and then I just spent 2 years just learning the business, trying to learn as much as I can, learn, because I didn't know which way I was going. I was actually looking at liquidation pallets and
Mm.
then just flipping them. And then I was like, then I ran up on the pallet thing, and after that, it seemed like something I could do. You know what I'm saying? And I started with nothing. I didn't have anything, and then that's basically it.
Because me and you kind of started right around the same time, right? Like probably within a few months of each other.
Well, I
Because I
think you
know.
may, yeah, you may have a year on me. I just got a
Okay.
LinkedIn notification said I'm in year 4, and I started in 21, like
Okay.
May, June.
Yeah, I think I started.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started in 2020.
Okay. Yeah.
So I remember some of the first times, man. I already had my warehouse, and I
Hmm.
remember it's been such a long time ago now, but I remember the first couple times that you started uh kind of coming around, which was a good thing because you're a type of individual that has some tenacity, and when you have a question or something on your mind, you stick to it.
Right. Right.
So I don't remember the exact circumstances, but I know that you reached out and you was like, "Yo, can I get your phone number and just stay in contact with you and just pick your brain on stuff?" And I was like, "Cool," you know what I'm saying? Which I've
Hmm.
always been like that with people, and I don't hold people's hands. I allow them to come to me. And you were one of those people that you stayed on top of it and you asked um a lot of questions. And you were actually probably you're a precursor to Pallet Pros Academy. It's just the type of individual I am with providing information. And so I remember you would come around and you would ask me like, man, should I get a warehouse? Right? Like these are
I
the
remember
early
that.
days.
Oh
Like
yeah, I remember that.
even like what type of truck should I get?
Hmm.
Just type some of that stuff. So let's go back a little bit and I want you from your perspective to kind of go back and say and tell me like where your mindset was at when we first um interacted and what drew you to me and how our relationship has kind of how I was able to help you, in those early stages.
Right, right. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, man. When I first started, um, and I know some people when they're first starting, everybody expect to hit the home run, and I was actually keeping track of how many no's I got. So I got 35 no's before I got any yes. So it was just, it just was what it was. Now, after 36 on out, I don't know how many. I was just trying to see how many no's I was going to collect before I got one yes. And what ended up happening was I had a haul off situation, and I had posted in the group we was in, and then someone answered, and then I asked you about the guy Tariq that we both know, and Tariq helped me with that first haul off, and then once we connected, I reached out to you, and what I also did was too, I was just reaching out to everybody that's in Georgia, so I can kind of get a feel for the business and what was really going on, get some people that's on the ground. And when I reached out to you, I could feel the energy and the connection, you know what I'm saying? And so once I reached out to you, I wanted to come by and see your place. I said, hey, man, let me come by and see where you're at. I haven't gotten anything. And at that point, I think we had been talking back and forth, hey, because I asked you, hey man, should I get a space or should I just try to pick up and go? And you said, nah, man, you're gonna have to get a space if you're gonna do it and do it right. You're gonna have to get somewhere where you can do repairs and you can do things. And my first unit, I didn't have any electric. I was basically working outside. I had like a 10 by 10.
I
And
remember that.
yeah, I was outside, man. And so I have a nice place now. But I will say this, B. I really respect the relationship, and because you don't, my dad used to say this thing: people don't have to be nice, and they don't have to be nice to you. You know what I mean? And so when I encounter people, I try to add value, and I think from the moment we met, I think you could see that I was trying to add value to your situation, if all possible, and you was doing the same thing for me. And I think you just kind of told me, hey, here's how it goes. Just stick with it, man. And things will be okay. And I asked you about the truck, and I didn't have a lot of money to put in up front, so I was renting a Home Depot truck, and I was
Hmm.
renting U-Hauls. I put 200, maybe 250 pallets in the U-Haul, just by myself. You know what I mean? Like, so it's work to be done, in that those early stages. But I just would say for you, man, just that connection. And sometimes, I'll call you and I'll be like, hey, B, what do you think about this? And I'm thinking about it in certain terms, and then you say, hey, man, because what you're telling me is your past experiences and things you've gone through, and it really helps me, and it helped me a lot, even with the pricing. I was struggling with the pricing because pricing was all over the place, and you would say, hey man, I would do this and this, and that really helped me out a whole lot.
Can you remember one of the first deals that I gave you some insight on that either help you get the deal, help you raise your price, or maybe based off of the information I provided to you, you were able to come away with a win? Can you remember?
Yeah, I don't remember a particular deal because, to be honest, B, you've helped me in so many situations. I mean, there's people calling one pallets that you didn't have, or you was busy or something happened and you passed it on to me. I have a customer now, they order once a month, and that was straight from you. Hey man, I have this person, they need 100 A's or whatever. No, it went from B's to A's, and now they've been one of my loyal customers. And so just the insight, man, sometimes it's not a measurable. Sometimes it's just the confidence to be on the phone and just say, hey, here's what I'm doing. Hey, I'm not, you also told me, hey man, you don't need to be picking up no pallets for free. Yeah, I remember we had a long conversation about that. You're like, hey, no free pallets, man. um you providing the service, they need to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? And so that
Yeah.
really helped me, and kind of made it easier for me. But as far as a deal from the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, bro. It wouldn't be fair to you to just give you one because you've done so many good things for me and my business. Till it's been awesome.
And that I think that's really like one of the things that I like to, I guess about me is I just want to help other people out, especially people that want to help themselves.
Hmm.
And I'll even tell you, bro, just from our conversations, like, our weekly conversations that we have, like both of us on the road and we got about an hour to kill. And you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like you telling me like different books to read.
Right.
Even when you come to me with scenarios, it allows me to think for myself. Because as I'm talking to you, I'm thinking in my head like,
Right.
yeah, Derek is right about this. Or you know what I'm saying? It's my dad always used to tell me this, right? If you can explain it to other people, then you know what you're doing.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like if you can explain it to other people, then you know what you're doing. And you kind of touched on something a little bit earlier I want to go back to, and that's about the
Hmm.
mindset. You know, it's rough out here. Like any business that we get into, whether it's the pallet business or anything else, you're gonna have obstacles that you're gonna have to go over. You know
Hmm.
what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And when you come to me and ask me certain things, it allows me to reflect on maybe the past things that I did and how I'm going to move forward when I have that next obstacle. Because we're always dealing with stuff. Like I know, like for instance, right now, both of us have issues with our forklifts.
Ain't no
You know what I'm
question.
saying? It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
daggone the ground is uneven. It's rough, man. Loading them
Yeah.
trucks up. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh
it's like,
man.
I'm about to move into another warehouse because I'm like I can't be dealing with this daggone forklift issue. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And because you and I have had a good relationship and we've been honest with each other and upfront, when I have situations that arise, like if my forklift go down, you be like, look, B, I can load you up at my spot. Or if I'm like, yo, Derek, my truck is in the shop this week because the radiator blew. No
Hmm.
problem, Brandon, man. I got you on your deliveries until you know what I'm saying, get up and running. And so I really do value those talks that we have, man. It's definitely not one sided at all, at all. So let's go ahead and kind of segue a little bit now. So fast forward.
Hmm.
So we've developed the relationship.
Yeah.
We've helped each other on various things in the past, deals, whether it's mindset, deals, or whatever. And now I come and tell you, hey, yo, man, I'm mentoring people now. Like I'm taking the information that I've given to you to help you with, and now I want to branch out and help other people. And I was telling you, I'm gonna set up a coaching platform, and you were like, no problem, right? So now you've been in Pallet Pros Academy for a couple months now, right? So can
Hmm.
you just speak to how Pallet Pros Academy has helped you in your business since you've joined?
I would say first of all, I love the song. I just got to get that out there, but no, man. Even just the interview with Parker, and then I've had a couple of of the students come by and just check out my place, kind of like what I did for you.
Yeah.
Can't their names pass me right now, um, but no, man. Just being in a space where even the monthly calls. I mean, they're so big, man. Because if you're in this business and you're talking to Pallet Pros, you're talking to people like you, it goes a long way. And just being in the group, it's a lot of young energy in it, in the group. There's some good people in there, and I've had conversations and side conversations with people inside the group. So it's been a big plus, man. And I kind of look forward to because I get the notifications on my phone, so I get excited.
Hmm.
I see, somebody's in there asking a question, or if we can help them out in any way, because it is a grind, and it's always good to have mentors. As I get older in the game, man, you gotta have people you can you got to kind of change the circle in the sense of you got to have people you can pick ideas off of. You got to have people around you that's going in the same direction as you. One thing I'm learning
Hmm.
sure is you got to have things in alignment. You know what I mean? And so things all have to be flowing and going in the same direction. And Pallet Pros have been that for me. And in all honesty, man, when you started the course, I thought it was a great idea. I've thought about it, but I don't really want to do the course right now. So if anybody asks me, I'm gonna just send them your way. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
It's already set. You know what I mean? Like you got access to you, you got access to me. You know, I just get so locked in on other stuff. You know, but you know if that opportunity comes, it's cool. And you've even talked to me about, hey man, you know you can do this and do that, and it's just good to have things that you can bounce off someone else. You know what I'm saying? And people don't realize, man, we're probably less than 10 miles from each other, and we don't get in each other's way. You know, some people say, you
Mhm.
know, they'll say the business saturated or whatnot, but like we're close, and you know, we try to help. Um, we try to help out as much as we can, and I think that's what Pallet Pros does for me and the whole community.
So let me ask you this. Um, give me give me like a recent win that you've had within the past month or so, just in the pallet business, so people who are new who are watching this can kind of get a realistic take on what to expect.
Yeah, I have some legacy customers, um, and most of them keep me busy. And
Hmm.
so a win that I've had, I mean, I had a small one. I removed 13 barrels and charged them $300. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
I just scooped them up, backed up to the dock, loaded them up, boom, check in hand, out. You know what I mean? And so you get wins like that. Those are always good ones. And the one customer, man, like just 2 weeks ago, the one lady you referred me to, um, they've been ordering for the last 3 months. You know what I mean? And so they went from they wanted B's, and then now they want A's, and they're paying north of $10. You know, they're paying 11.50. So
A lot of people, man, I get stuff, man, on like Instagram and YouTube and other places where people are saying, pallets are going for $4 and $5 in their area. What's the one thing that when we talk, what I always say, man, about prices?
your price is your price, man. He said I ain't paying, I ain't selling no $4 pallets, man. Because I used to call. I remember I would call you and I'd be like, hey, B,
Yeah.
man, these prices are all over the place, and you know my layout was a little different than yours. I had a lot of B clients at the time. You know what I mean? But when I got started, the prices was, they were great, and then they started to
Mhm.
fall. And then like you were saying before, you just gave me clarity. Like, hey man, you when you start factoring in your time, your labor, your gas, your price is your price, and that's helped me out a lot.
Speaking to clients with confidence is key. I like to tell people, man, who I'm mentoring, man, it's like, as men, it's like when you speak to a woman, right? If
Hmm.
you have confidence, like let's say you're trying to get her phone number, if you approach her with confidence, I could probably say, well, at a 75% success rate, you're probably going to get her phone number,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
Even if you don't have really good game or anything like that, if you just approach her with confidence, hello, my name is such and such. I like how you look, a little bit of small talk, phone number, bam, you out. You probably got it, right? But if you
Hmm.
go to a woman and you like, and you looking down and looking around, she can sense that and she's gonna walk away. So the businesses are the exact same way. If you walk up there and you're like, and they're like, well, how much are your pallets? And you like, well, I mean, I guess,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
$12, they're gonna say, no, I don't know. But if they ask you how much are your pallets and you say they're $12 a piece, and with delivery included, taxes delivery included, you know what I'm saying? Blah 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 blah.
Hmm. Hmm.
They sense that and they say,
Right.
okay, this person knows what they're talking about, you
Hmm.
know.
Hmm.
So definitely having confidence when you approach these businesses, man, is is a key takeaway, and we help with that within Pallet Pros Academy as well. So, all right, so I'm gonna ask you this: what's one valuable takeaway from being in Pallet Pros Academy that you could tell other people? Like, what just one good thing about being within Pallet Pros Academy?
I would just say the best thing, man, is just the community and the access to you. And if we have any, if I have any questions, I can just jump in the chat or I can hit you up direct. And I think that goes, I think that goes a long way, especially when you're first starting out. Because you need the confidence and
Yeah,
you know, so yeah, man, I think that's really a big thing, and just getting the reps in, being around like-minded people, that stuff goes a long way, man. And because sometimes it's not even really what you say, it's sometimes it's what you see, what you read, what you hear
hmm
from other people, because you can learn from other people. And that's one thing about Pallet Pros, man. It's been a good experience for me.
man. One thing that I always like to talk to you about when we give analogies of sports, because obviously you play
Yeah.
sports, you a coach, I play sports, and it's like when you're talking to a freshman or somebody, you're like, look, man, don't try to focus on being LeBron James right now. Focus on, what I'm saying, being you and get
hmm
your reps in first. Don't
hmm
focus on trying to, let's say, if you want to have a goal of scoring 30 points, right? Don't do, don't look at the end result, break it down into quarters. So if you
hmm
score seven each quarter or eight
Right.
each quarter, 8 points each quarter, that's 30, 30 points.
hmm
So you break it down into bite-sized, digestible pieces that people can, it's easier to do it that way. And like you said, man, just being within the group and that confidence, it's like, don't try to go for the home run. Like, I want to distribute 1,000 pallets a week when you first
hmm
starting. Can it happen?
Right.
We're not saying it can't happen,
Yeah.
but the reality is you're not, even if you had that situation, you're not going to know how to really deal with that. You know what I'm
hmm
saying?
hmm
So focus on moving 100 pallets a week. It's a little bit easier to manage that. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? So you already kind of mentioned this earlier. I'll go ahead and ask you again. Would
Okay.
you recommend Pallet Pros Academy to anybody else?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it if you want to get into pallet business and you want to be around some straight up, grinders, that's out working it, hustling it, in the business on the road every day. I would definitely recommend it to anyone that has that dream, man. Um, what really kind of pushed me over the edge, when I was coaching, man. When you're coaching, you get fired. It's just part of you sign up for it. It happens. And one thing I didn't like is I didn't like someone else having so much control over if my kids ate or not. And so,
Mm,
if you come into Pallet Pros Academy, you follow Brandon's script. I mean, you've seen it with your students. If you follow the plan, you can have success. And like with anything, man, it's what you make it. I mean, I'm in here now and I'm having success too. I continue to have success, and like we was talking earlier, we met before. Now you started Pallet Pros. Now I'm in it. So, um, so yeah, man. It's once you get in it, it's what you make it. It's the hours you put in. It's the work you put in. I know I laugh, but I'm always working, man, because I'm always thinking about something. I'm always trying to improve something. I'm trying to change some things. I'm trying to make adjustments, and this would be a great start if you want to get in the pallet industry. You got some really good professionals around, and people are willing to help you.
all right, cool. Well, Derek, I want to say, man, not even just as a member of Pallet Pros Academy. I just want, as a friend, I want to say thanks for sharing your experience um, within the pallet industry, definitely within Pallet Pros Academy, and also just sharing your experience with, with me. You know what I'm saying? Talking, right? I think that this information is definitely going to help other people who watch this. Um, I know it's hard out there. You know what I'm saying? Really, at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
bro, I know it's hard, man. People are, man, getting fired left and right. I mean, you know what I'm saying? People are at a crossroads, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
within their
Mm-hmm.
lives. And I think when I talk to people, especially within this business, man, or any business, man, your why has to line up. Like, why are you doing this? You know what I'm saying? And I think that this interview for sure is going to help a lot of people out who watch it. Okay. So I want to say I
Right.
appreciate it. Okay. So look, for those who looking to get into the pallet business and achieve similar results, you can definitely click the link in the description for our resources. All right. You can also schedule a one-on-one call with our call coordinator, Jason, to see if Pallet Pros Academy is a good fit for you. All right. Derek, I appreciate it, brother. And yeah, man, shoot. I'm gonna see you in the streets. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because we got some
Yeah.
deals we're gonna be doing, and
Yeah,
we
I'll
just
see
gonna
you
keep
for
on
sure.
going up, man.
Yeah,
So
no, I appreciate it, man. I would like to say thanks to you and Jason. Jason's kind of man, the man behind the scenes. But it's always good to have somebody on your team like Jason. You know what I'm saying? And just to organize and coordinate a lot of the stuff. And no, man, I really appreciate the friendship, man. And we only gonna go up from here, man.